The new 2026 Porsche 911 Turbo S, Generation 992.2, is being positioned as the ultimate do-everything 911, meaning supercar acceleration, real daily usability, and legit track pace in the same package. Porsche is calling it the most powerful production 911 they ever built, and the big reason is a new twin-turbo powertrain paired with T-hybrid technology. This is still a Turbo S in the classic sense, brutally fast, comfortable enough for daily driving, and engineered to be confident in all conditions. But Porsche says the updates go deeper than power, including aerodynamics, chassis systems, braking, tires, and a longer list of personalization options. The headline stats Porsche wants you to remember. Let's start with Porsche's headline claims. 701 horsepower system output, 0 to 60 miles an hour in 2.4 seconds with launch control. Porsche says it's about 14 seconds quicker at the Nürburgring than the previous Turbo S, and Porsche lists 200 miles per hour top speed. That combination is why Porsche is framing this as the most complete, versatile way to drive a 911. The big mechanical story, T-hybrid, now Turbo S spec. This is the first 911 Turbo S to use Porsche's new T-hybrid setup, and Porsche specifically calls out 2 electric exhaust gas turbochargers, also referred to as e-turbos. Porsche introduced this hybrid direction recently on the 911 Carrera GTS, but they say the system has been developed further for the Turbo S. The easiest way to understand the difference is this. The GTS uses 1 electric exhaust gas turbocharger, the Turbo S uses 2 electric exhaust gas turbochargers. And Porsche says those turbines and compressors were designed specifically for their Turbo S, meaning it is not just a generic carryover. Porsche's point is that the twin-eTurbo layout does 2 things: contributes to the big power increase and improves responsiveness, meaning faster boost response when you ask for it. Powerband details. Torque where you actually use it. Porsche quotes 590 pound-foot of maximum torque, and the important part is the range. Peak torque is available from 2300 to 6000 RPM. They also claim peak horsepower stays on across 6500 to 7000 RPM, which Porsche is using to describe the car as relentless in the real world, not just as a single peak number. Translation for normal driving: instant shove in the mid-range, and it keeps pulling hard up top. Battery, transmission, and all-wheel drive layout. Even with the hybrid story, Porsche emphasizes compact packaging. A 1.9 kilowatt-an-hour high-voltage battery, the same energy storage unit used on the 911 Carrera GTS. An 8-speed PDK with integrated electric motor. Power goes through Porsche Traction Management all-wheel drive. Porsche's underlying strategy is familiar: massive power, fast shifting, and traction that makes it repeatable in real conditions. Acceleration: 0 to 60, 0 to 124, top speed. Porsche publishes 3 big performance numbers for the Turbo S Coupe: 0 to 60 miles per hour, 2.4 seconds, and Porsche says that is 0.2 of a second quicker than the prior Turbo S Coupe with launch control. 0 to about 124 miles per hour, 8.4 seconds, which they say is about a half a second quicker than before. Top speed, 200 miles an hour. That 0 to 124 improvement matters because it reflects acceleration after the initial launch, the kind you feel in real passing and highway pulls. Weight. Yes, it's heavier. Porsche says it doesn't matter. Porsche is upfront that the hybrid-based hardware adds weight. Curb weight, 3,829 pounds. Porsche says that adds 180 pounds more than the prior model. Porsche's argument is basically it gained weight, but gained more speed, response, traction, and capability everywhere that matters. Nurburgring claim, the big proof point. Porsche points to Nürburgring testing as proof. They say during final development drives in fall of 2024, a lightly camouflaged 911 Turbo S recorded an official lap time of 7 minutes 3.92 seconds, completed under notary supervision, and Porsche describes that as about 14 seconds quicker than the predecessor. They also include comments from Porsche brand ambassador Jörg Burgmeister saying you do not feel the weight, and the car is more agile, has more grip, and is significantly faster in the sections that matter. Tires and brakes. Real hardware changes. Porsche says this is not just a power upgrade. Tires. New generation of tires aimed at better dry handling while keeping wet performance. Rear tires now 325/30 ZR21, which is 10 millimeters wider than before. Front stays 255/35 ZR20. Brakes. Standard brakes are Porsche ceramic composite brakes, and Porsche says the system is updated for higher loads. New pads with a motorsport-derived material mixture. Improved pedal feel. Rotor sizes. Front rotors remain 420 millimeters. Rear rotors grow to 410 millimeters, a 20 millimeter increase over the prior Turbo S rear rotors. Porsche frames this as the largest Porsche ceramic composite brake setup they have ever installed on any two-door model. Active aerodynamics and cooling, not just for top speed. Porsche leans hard into intelligent active aero for stability, cooling, and consistency. They say the revised airflow management helps optimize cooling for both the powertrain and brakes, and the system is designed to shift between reduced drag and reduced lift depending on what the car needs. Active aero components include active vertically arranged cooling air flaps, active front diffuser, active front spoiler, an extendable rear wing that also tilts. Porsche claims that in the most efficient aero position, the Turbo S Coupe drag coefficient is reduced by up to 10% compared to the previous model. Wet mode detail. In wet mode, Porsche says the front cooling flaps close to help protect the front brake rotors from excessive water spray, basically trying to keep braking behavior more consistent in the rain. Chassis. Faster body control, more agility, still comfortable. Porsche treats the chassis as a major part of the update. They say electro-hydraulic Porsche dynamic chassis control, also written as ehPDCC, is now standard equipment. It is powered by the 400-volt system and the high-voltage battery, and Porsche says it actuates more quickly than the hydraulic PDCC system used in the previous Turbo S. They describe cross-connected active coupling rods, pressure built depending on driving situation, and the end result, less body roll during direction changes, more agility entering and exiting corners. Optional front axle lift. Optional front axle lift is available, and Porsche says it uses the same 400-volt system with faster lift operation than prior models. Porsche also notes the Turbo S maintains wider front and rear track widths than contemporary Carrera models. Standard sport exhaust, titanium hardware, and sound changes. Porsche includes a sport exhaust system as standard, and they specifically call out that the muffler and the exhaust tips are made of titanium, saving weight while also enhancing the aesthetics and sound. They also mention changes to the 3.6-liter Boxer engine, including asymmetrical timing, resulting in a sharper, throatier sound. Design identity, Turbonite, and turbo-specific details. Porsche gives the 992.2 Turbo S a very specific visual identity, centered around Turbonite, a color reserved for turbo variants. Porsche says you will see Turbonite on the Porsche crest, rear Turbo S lettering, accents in the engine grille slats, window surround accents, and new wheel designs with Turbonite center locking style. They also call out the wide turbo bodywork, rear quarter panel intakes that channel process air to the engine, redesigned rear fascia ventilation openings, and optional oval-shaped titanium exhaust outlets. Interior, Turbonite theme, materials, seating. Inside, Porsche carries Turbonite throughout. Door panels, steering wheel, dashboard, center console surrounds, instrument cluster and sport chrono stopwatch, contrast stitching, even smaller details like seat belts and several center console buttons. Materials called out. Carbon fiber trim inserts with integrated neodyme accents. Perforated black Racetex headliner. Seating. Turbo S Coupe delivered as a 2-seater standard with rear seats available as a no-cost option. Turbo S Cabriolet offered only as a 2+2 configuration. Standard equipment list highlights. Porsche loads this car with serious standard equipment including HD Matrix Design LED headlights, Sport Chrono Package Standard including a tire temperature gauge, Turbo S specific Porsche Active Suspension Management chassis tuning, ehPDCC titanium sport exhaust system. Inside, adaptive 18-way sport seats plus with memory with Turbo S lettering on headrests and Turbo S specific embossing on the seats and door panels, described as a reinterpretation of design features from the original 911 Turbo. Options and personalization. Porsche exclusive Manufaktur goes deep. Porsche emphasizes that the Turbo S can be excellent stock or you can go deep with customization. They highlight Porsche exclusive Manufaktur options including turbo exclusive design wheels with carbon fiber blades painted in neodyme, lightweight roof invisible carbon fiber, exclusive design rear lights, rear side section air intakes trimmed in carbon fiber, and a first-time option, carbon fiber windshield wiper arms, 50% lighter than standard. More personalization, paint to sample, decorative contrast stitching, personalized leather embossing, and personalized painted vehicle keys. The matching watch, Porsche designed Turbo S Chronograph. Porsche also pushes the idea of matching your car with a configured Porsche design chronograph. They describe a new black dial with Turbonite design elements, a color ring that can match all exterior colors, including paint to sample, a black titanium carbide coated titanium case, strap made from original Porsche vehicle leather with matching stitching, and hot stamped Turbo S lettering. Mechanical details include COSC certified Porsche design caliber work 01.200 movement, includes a flyback complication, selectable rotor design to look like the wheels on the car, optional case-back engraving, and hand-built in Porsche's watch manufactory in Grinchen, Switzerland. U.S. pricing and arrival timing. Porsche says orders are open now and provides MSRP. Turbo S Coupe, $270,300 MSRP. Turbo S Cabriolet, $284,300 MSRP. Pricing excludes $2,350 delivery, processing, and handling. U.S. arrival timing. Porsche states spring 2026 for arrival at U.S. Porsche centers. Pricing notes from Porsche. MSRP excludes taxes, title and registration, optional equipment and regionally required equipment, dealer charges, and any potential tariffs. And in the real world, Porsche basically hints what we all know. Heavily optioned cars and early launch dealer pricing can push real numbers well above base MSRP. So that's the 2026 Porsche 911 Turbo S, the 992.2 Turbo S update, and why it's a big deal. If you want the full written breakdown, it's on my website, and I'll link to it and a few related Porsche 911 articles in a pinned comment. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.